How sweet. First breath of fresh air after the stale, damp snuffiness of that tomb that we were in for, well, quite a long time apparently. But as far as game time, not so long. Before us stretched an unending heath, replete with hills and gullies and patches of low shrubs. Already the trail of Tartuccio and his companions had gone cold. Law Nature 11, we can get that. But we would not give up so easily, whether the trail went cold or not. It was one we had to follow. Succeeded. No blade of grass was bent. It must have had enough time to straighten back up, since whoever last passed through. But the heath's dry earth preserved the prints of little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and walked until finally we came to a huge gully, the dried up bed of River Yore. But what is this? At the edge, the grass was trampled down and the soil turned up, and claw prints? Lots of them. We'd stumbled upon a fresh battlefield. And here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down into the gully. The brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. Gimme. Woohoo! And here the trail split. Oh, we got that one. The claw marks were not deep. The attackers were small and lean, and more. These creatures walked on two legs. Finally, the form of Prince left no doubt in our minds. We'd stumbled onto Kobold lands. Oh man, do I not have a carefully study the trail that led down the gully. We tried to find any traces of magic. We could okay. Oh, nice. We discovered the traces of a spell apparently from the Illusion School of Magic near where the Lonely Trail descended into the gully. Spell. Descended into the gully. So let's carefully study the trail that led down into the gully then. To our surprise, we discovered that little shoe prints turned into little clawed footprints on their way to the gully, as if someone from Tartuccio's band was wearing shoes, then either took them off or grew claws, and then jumped into the gully to avoid the battle. With an illusion of magic, Tartuccio, I think, is disguising himself as some little creature. Let's have a look at the path that snaked along the gully. The path was frequently used and its dust saw both sets of footprints together. It was clear that those had no claws left the battle surrounded by those that did. Okay. I'm going to go down into the gully. The way down was steep and it took some time to reach the bottom. Walking on the loose soil was difficult, but clawed footsteps were easy to spot. To the bottom of the gully went downhill deeper and deeper. Finally, the footprints turned, whirled up a steep slope, and disappeared at the gully's edge. We couldn't but admire the animal agility and clever claws of the creatures we were following. The slope before us was as tall as two men, and ended at a hanging crest. Climbing such a slope would be no easier than climbing a sheer wall. However, a long, steady-looking route stuck out of the ground from the top. Don't fail an 11 mobility check. I've got so much modify. Oh, come on. We have +6. Come on, Jeff. Let's go, Jeff. Ah, Jeff the useful. Wants a beard field. After tugging on the root, legless Jeff wants a beard field. Took a deep breath, grabbed it with both hands and began the difficult ascent. Pushing with his feet against the slope and grabbing the root with both hands, he climbed higher and higher. Only his heavy breathing... It sounds kind of funny coming from a halfling. Only his high-pitched, squeaky breathing and faint crackling of a root broke the deadly silence. Suddenly dust poured down from the top of the slope and the root began to slide from the ground. Keeping his wits, legless Jeff wants a beard field, shifted his weight onto his legs and froze. After a tense moment, he continued his journey, and soon he had reached the top of the slope. After catching his breath, he lay on the ground and offered his hand to help the next of us up. After climbing out of the gully one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. The air grew tense. We sensed that we were approaching our target, and our intuition proved correct. We gained 9 experience. And we save. And we need a formation. You. Oh, she can charge. That's nice. We probably actually want him behind. Well, actually, we want two. We want two formations. Oh, one where you're right up front. That could be for walking around. Just to prevent ambush. And this one, where the melee are going to be running the front line. We'll probably go in like that, actually. Need to give Valerie enough time to do her thing. Oh. Okay.
Trail me. Shall we move? We shall move.
What troubles you?
Gotta remember to cast Freebooter's Bane on something. Alright, feeling good. How are you going with your
What you
rage?
want?
She's got 2 rage left. No.
Step, step, step.
Anything to loot? Okay. Is that a tree stump? Oh, look at the bunny. Oh.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
Tartuccio's turned himself into a kobold. Dragon, glory, dragon. The voices of the kobolds rise in excitement. We know the mites under the old sycamore. They possess a magic treasure. Very ancient. Ooh, okay. We get 2 choices that fit our alignment. The chaotic neutral's a bit closer, though. That's one thing I never expected to see in the middle of the forest. A circus show. Learning a new trade, Tartuccio.
You! When will I finally be rid of you? Don't listen to him, tribesmen. This liar comes to play tricks on us. You and you, hold him back. The rest of you, follow me!
To victory!
Alright, so it's only 2 of them. What do we got? Swordsman? We're likely going to be resting soon, so I don't mind using the song. What have you got left? Has he got a bless? No. I don't think she's got a bless either. Can I turn that into anything? No. I just freeboot her on one. Let's get the days on the back one, maybe. You can just charge because you don't do much else.
Let us strike as one!
They go down!
Repent!
Oh, we get to actually fire our arrow.
Let the attack commence.
In which case then, we probably can just freeboot her. Let's do that. No, I'm gonna
This
daze.
is where I step in.
Yeah, it's saved. Alright, you can freeboot it now. Get him.
Look at me, Gorum!
Oh! Amory! Just swatted him into a ribcage bigger than he was when he was contained. God, Jeff, get some arrow image. Wow, he's a sprightly little dazed kobold. Good hit, Harem. Oh, off with his head. Follow through into Harem's chest. Now Miri. Oh, MVP. That daze was doing well. The auto daze was good. I'm happy with that. We have a copper ring. There is no spoon. I actually want these. They're quite heavy. Light armor 2, light armor 2. No. What else can we have a look around for? Yep. Oh, food? What's that? Recipe! I haven't had a recipe yet. Copy into recipe book. Now, is the recipe book per character or is that as a team? Do I have to be careful about who when I click that? Go find some loot. It's a team recipe book. Very good. Thank you. Oh, love my new internet. Oh, I'm so happy we stuck it out. We had a couple of attempts at that. Would have been happier if we'd done it yesterday, but you know. Hey, we got some port. Well, now. Now, you're the only dwarf in the group at the moment, Harem. So we know who to blame. You're welcome, Durus. Thank you for sticking it out. I know a lot of you have met me through Slay the Spire and was a little sad that I no longer play and don't really want to talk about that.
This requires your attention.
But, you know, I really appreciate you guys hanging around for other games. This game's neato. To many, many, many more streams of enjoyment with new games. Ah, that's not too bad. Whereas they're quite heavy. That's a good balance. All right. So we're not going to be going to the old Sycamore because I want to try and get Tristian first, which means we do go to Thorn Fjord. And we'll sort out this errand, I believe. We'll go via the river or in from there. It sort of fills in the map, which is good. Yeah, too many more! We'll probably go there and come across. Yeah, that's fine. Or, okay, that does cover that, okay. Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll enter Thornfield. I swear I should swap to the other.
You see that?
Well, I did now. To the other formation, but because I have meta knowledge, I'm not going to. Scorched fragment of a necklace. 100 gold! Ooh. This item bears trace of lost power. It seems you've found a shard of a destroyed artifact. If you find all of the fragments, an artisan with enough skill could restore it for you. I hope that doesn't auto-sell. Yeah, there's something over here. There it is. Oh, yeah, okay. Hang on, we're gonna go this way. The dark-haired bandit is kicking the ground irritably. When she sees you, she squares her shoulders and clenches her hand axes. Well, look who's here. Easy now. I'm not here to blanket the stolen lands with corpses. Lower your weapon and let's talk. I won't kill anyone who leaves the Staglord's service or is willing to help me find him, so think about it. Is he really a leader you're ready to die for? Something in your words seems to have impressed Cressel. She frowns for a moment, then spits. Fine, I won't cut your throat. For now, at least. But I also won't kneel to some Restov upstart. Why would you try to make peace? Are you just naturally kind, or have you been listening to Svetlana? Svetlana asked me to show you mercy. I don't know why. Cressel frowns, then looks away. Mercy, huh? Haven't heard that in the Stolen Lands for a long time. He performed a chaotic good action. Yay. Alrighty, here's my piece. Staglord's been spending more time keeping an eye at the bottom of his glass than on what's going on around him. If he won't answer an insult from some Restov crook like Jamandi, then you're right. We chose the wrong leader. So go ahead, do whatever you're gonna do. I won't stop you, but I won't help you either. And here, give this to Svetlana. The bandit places a ring in your hand. Nice, we got Svetlana's wedding ring and some experience. How close are we to level up? Reasonably far. Okay.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
So we've got some talking to do with Jihad and some other stuff to find. And there was something down here as well. I think that might be something as well. You see a dark-haired man about 45, though the wrinkles on his face make him look 60 at first sight. He's currently a prisoner, judging from his tight hands. Slouches a bit, squinting short-sightedly at the light as he moves his lips through, speaking to someone invisible. He jerks his head up as he notices you. Praise Eristil. Someone finally chased off those scoundrels. Thank you, stranger. My name is Jihad Khavkin. I'm a priest of Eristil from Gult. Those bandits attacked me as I was crossing the river. Said they wanted to take me to their leader, make me heal their wounds. Not a chance. The strength granted me by Eristil is meant to help honest people, not robbers. Is it okay? Yeah, it is. Because I might have just missed it. You know? And, you know, it's a nice bit of help. Also, there's something coming up that we'll talk about when we get there, but, you know, about other hints and tips that will be appreciated. How did you come to be in these lands, Jihad? I was led here by visions sent by the elk god, Jihad says with veneration. Eristil showed me that somewhere in this wild lands lies the Temple of the Elk, an ancient shrine forlorn and desecrated. I saw the ruins of the temple and the shadows of a predator lurking in sorcerous fog. I felt the echoes of the vicious rituals performed at the once blessed place. I have no doubt Eristil revealed all this to me so I could stop the ungodly sorcery that's desecrating the temple. Ooh, and where is this temple? That I don't know. Visions, even divine ones, are often vague and unreliable. I know only that the temple is somewhere near the Null Marches, but I'm afraid I won't be able to find it myself, what with bandits lurking around every corner in this place. Todd shakes his head sadly. Alright, well, let's release him. I'm glad I could help. Todd mutters a bit, rubbing his hands. Oh, these times. To be surprised to meet an honest man is to see a manticore at a vegetable store. There's your memes. Thank you for your help. I've exhausted my supply of prayers, but I'll gladly repay you in the future, once I've restored my strength. Come to me if you ever need to be healed or blessed. I'm afraid an old fool like me won't be able to handle the mission given me by Eristil on my own. How can I search for the temple when bandits around here won't let me take a single step? I'll head to Oleg Levitin's trading post to rest and think on what to do next. Please, traveller, if you happen to discover the ruins of the Temple of the Elk, come and inform old Jihad. My gratitude will know no bounds. Later, Jihad. Okay, so that's the task to burn the old house, which we're looking for anyway. You have a recipe for sweet pancakes and a book, which I read the other night, so I'm not reading it again, about the dragon. I still feel sad selling all the books. I liked it in Skyrim when I had a bookshelf. Sweet pancakes. Nice. Okay, Lindsay, don't fail. So, actually, this is something that I'm not sure on how I want to play. Because she's about to go unlock that. And there's two things. One, it's got stuff in it. And two, there's experience if she unlocks it. And I don't know. I like the idea. I think it's because I've been playing so many roguelites, you just sort of come to terms with your decisions.
We miss all the fun.
And also from back in like early days of single-player shooters like Quake and Doom, where it almost became the playstyle was to save it every single time it was either save or reload every single time you fired a bullet, pretty much. You know, if you hit, you probably saved. If you missed, you reloaded, you know, and stepped back around the corner. And I hated that playstyle. Probably why I like roguelites so much, because Jeff can't pick locks. Lindsay?
Adventures call to them. I failed. I'm sorry.
You failed. The problem is, people didn't realize, and it wasn't until I was watching someone else play, I'm like I was sitting in a friend's room watching him play. This was in the dorms at college, and I'm like, that's what I do. And all you've done in the last 10 minutes is advance one enemy. And he's like, yeah, but I've still got all my ammo and my health packs and stuff. I didn't take a hit. And I'm like, yeah, but you know. And then it wasn't until much later I saw someone else playing who only saved at the start of a level. And I'm like, what happens if you die like 15 minutes from now? He's like, oh, I got to go back to the start. I'm not doing it. I'm not save scumming that. Although I understand when people are like, well, you know, sometimes you need to because you're playing on hard and you need to optimize. So there is a, you know. Now this one though, I only found out this because when I was doing some other research and I saw this. Okay, so there's a perception check, but also if we pass this, there may or may not be a hidden check. Is saves coming optimizing? I don't know. And that's the thing, like, that's where I'm actually torn, because I know that there's supposed to be wine in there that we can poison. I don't know what that does, but as you walk away, you're like, oh, a cache of poisoned wine for the Stag Lord. We didn't even get a chance to take the wine or poison it. But... And it is one of my... I'm not going to save scum it, though. I want to. Wait, can she go and do something? Pile of clothes, blankets, and other things belong to the bandits. Yeah, so they can't even find the wine in there. Useless pricks.
Step, step, step!
I guess it's... And I guess... I don't know. Single-player game, play how you like, right? But I just want to sort of play through.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
Oh, we got trap. Actually, we'll stand back here. Oh. Lindsay, you...
I wrote it like I saw it.
You go disarm the trap.
I see something. Anything else?
Good job.
Applause, please.
I think if it was something like a roguelike in length, you sort of... You'd feel that maybe you just need to... you know, take the hits with the misses. But I can understand with a campaign of this length, you know, have another attempt.
Right.
But I don't know. I like the fact that in the combat, like that temple combat that we struggled with yesterday and got at the start of today's stream, there was a couple times yesterday where there was one in particular where Harem ran in and crit killed the archer, and Amiri ran over and crit killed the caster before she got the enrage off. So we were down to 5v2, and they finished us off. And if I'd been able to save in combat, because you can't save in combat, that would have been the perfect, like, mid-combat cheeky quick save. But I kind of like that you can't do that, because otherwise you would. You'd just be waiting you'd wait until you get that natural 20 off really high initiative rolls, and you'd wait for the really high initiative rolls, and then you'd save that, and then you'd wait for them to miss and for you to crit, and you'd save that, and it would be such a start-stop event, and I don't know, that doesn't seem fun.